I'm excited to be welcome on one of the newest members of Greensboro Day. What's going on today, bro?
How you doing? Doing pretty
Pretty
well.
good. Well, let's just get into this. You're part of 2021 class. I know you probably would have wanted things to go as normal with AAU season, going on visits. How have you adjusted this new kind of year?
This has been the summer that we've been training for, like the last 5 years we've been looking forward to. But, I've kind of taken it as an opportunity just to get really prepared for my senior year and have a pretty much a true off season because, a lot of the times we finish our school season and just hop right into AAU and don't really give our body a chance to recover. So I've taken it as a chance to really just get prepared for my senior year and keep training.
And you had coming off an incredible season last year, and you decided to make the big move out to North Carolina to a really well-respected program. What went into this decision?
With everything that happened, obviously, I probably would have stayed if we had had a full summer because by now we've already would have played 4 EYBL events and, 2 of them would have been open. But none of that happened. So, we just decided that we needed to make a move to somewhere where I'd be able to be seen. And, we found Greensboro Day, obviously, very, as you said, well-respected program. So we called and got introduced to everybody, and, we went forward from there.
And so, that's kind of a big move, obviously, from Texas all the way to North Carolina. How do you kind of plan to adjust when you're able to get out there?
We're going to move up at the beginning of August, most likely. So I have a couple weeks to get acclimated and kind of meet everybody and start working out with everybody. But, I like to view it as a new challenge, new opportunity. I've been in Texas my whole life, so good chance to get out and be uncomfortable and really have some good growth my last year.
And you'll be able to go out there to a team that has won a lot recently, always putting on D1 players, and they're losing quite a few guys next year. So it's going to be a lot of new faces, new players out there. What's the expectations of the team for next year?
Obviously we want to win a state championship. That's the main goal. They lost in the Final Four last year, and myself at Faith, we lost in the Final Four last year. So coming off pretty similar losses. But, we just want to win, compete, play at a national level, and really show everybody what we can do.
As I said, you come off a big year, obviously won district MVP. You surpassed 1,000 career points, almost put up 30 points a game, little over 8 rebounds. Obviously a big-time year. What kind of lead do you have in that breakout kind of season last year?
Just, all the time I spent in the gym, all the time I spent training. My sophomore year was pretty disappointing. I hurt my knee in the second game of the year and wound up only playing 7 games. So that was pretty heartbreaking. So I was decided, I gotta stay in the gym, gotta stay ready, continue to train, played summer, and just worked my tail off. And obviously my teammates and coaches at Faith, contributed a lot to all my success there. It was a great place to put up, those kind of numbers and play that way. It's a pretty good year.
So take us through the year a little bit. You had a lot of 40-point game, big-time games throughout the course of the season. What were some of your highlights of the games of the year? What were some of your favorite memories?
We started the year off with a couple losses, getting in shape. But I think once we started to hit we hit our stride around like the Christmas break. We played a couple tournaments, and then I think we finished the year like 15-1 or 15-2. Some of my favorite moments, we played in a tournament in Glen Rose, and we played a 6A public school friendship, and I think they finished in a round of 16 or round of 32 in the 6A public state tournament, and I think we lost by 4 or 5. It was a really good game. We were down like 18 in the first quarter and fought our way back. And then obviously our run through district and running the state tournament was pretty fun. We had a lot of close games. But obviously, the last one was a heartbreaker. But it was a pretty incredible season.
And you are a Texas player, as you talked about. You've grown and raised up there. That's a big-time state in terms of just basketball. I know a lot of people still look at it as a football state, but you're putting out possibly one of the best states in terms of basketball talent. What's it like being part of that state?
I mean, it's awesome. I've been able to play against a lot of the top guys growing up and play with a lot of the top guys. Um, I think it's obviously it still gets the rap as being a football state, but I think the basketball between Dallas and Houston and
Mhm.
San Antonio it's one to compete with all the other states. Um, yeah, I mean, we've just got so much talent to pull from that we're able to put out all these great guys every year. So yeah, I think Texas is definitely one of the top basketball states. I think it's pretty underrated.
And when you put them up against the Californias, the
Mm-hmm.
Georgias, the New York, New Jersey, Chicago areas, where do you think Texas ranks up?
I think it's tough to say, obviously, because I've been in Texas my whole life. So,
Mhm.
but I think it's definitely top five, just because I mean we've got three major areas to pull talent from. But I think it's definitely top five. It's up there.
Couldn't agree more. And as we talk about if there might have been an AU season, obviously it's fun playing basketball. The biggest thing about AU year is pulling in
Mm-hmm.
offers, getting seen by coaches, which is what went to this next move. So talking about your recruiting process now, how's that looking? What's some schools' interest offers? What's that looking like?
It's been pretty slow, to be honest. That's one of the reasons why we moved. I've been at a private school in Texas, so I don't obviously, with it being like a football state, I don't get much recognition there. I still don't have any offers, but been talking to a lot of schools. Virginia is definitely the one I've been talking to the most, but I talked to Utah State, SMU, UTSA, Liberty, and some others. But it's definitely one of the driving forces of why we're making the move out to North Carolina.
And as I said, pretty much most of the guys, not all of them, at Greensboro Day end up going high level Division One. One
Mm-hmm.
guy you just mentioned, Virginia, Carson, obviously is going out there.
Right.
Would you like to go out there and possibly start pulling on offers? What kind of overall expectations for yourself personally in the next year?
Just step in and be a leader. Obviously, I'm coming in as a senior. I'm only gonna have 1 year there. But I definitely want to establish myself as a leader and obviously soak up as much information as I can. Coach Freddie, Coach Smith, all those guys. I mean, Coach Freddie's a legend. Coach Smith has been there with him for a while. Obviously, just cherish the opportunity to go play on a national level. It just got released the other day. We're going to play in the hoop ball tournament. We got some other big games that we'll play in. But just go out there and show everybody what I can do. Obviously, I'm a new face to North Carolina, but show them out what I can do. Pick up some offers and find the right school.
And for guys that Carolina that don't necessarily know you, haven't seen you as much, what can you tell them that you can kind of bring to a team? What will you bring to Greensboro Day next year?
I can really space the floor with my shot, but I'm not just a shooter. I'm an all-around scorer. I pride myself on being pretty efficient with my scoring, and I can help lead. I led our team last year, and we had a pretty solid year. Just overall efficient player. Can really pass it too, but leadership, scoring, and IQ.
And we obviously don't know what God's going to store yet in terms of offers,
Mm-hmm.
what's going to come and all. But when you do, I can imagine start picking up a lot of offers in the next year. You start really looking at this decision. What's some of the factors? What's some of the things you're looking at in a college that's really going to help attract you to one?
Uh, like everybody says, best fit. Obviously, I want to be at a place where I'm wanted, not just another body or, just another guy to fill a spot. I want to be able to play also. But, just a really solid relationship with the coaches. Obviously, I don't want to be just a player. I want to have not just like a player-coach relationship, but a man-to-man relationship. And I want somebody that's going to, pour into me on and off the court, not just as a player, but as a man and as a fellow person. But yeah, I want to be at a place where I fit socially. It's not all about basketball. There's life beyond the basketball, and then some place where I'll be able to study what I want to study, because that ball stops dribbling eventually. So I want to be able to you know use my academics to set me up later in life.
And what would you say are some of those things that you would like doing off the court? Is there a career you kind of thought about doing that would really interest you at the next level?
business marketing, any kind of business. I mean, you can really do a lot with that, especially if you play in college. I could really do anything like a business marketing major. So that's probably what I'll get into, but I'm not 100% sure yet.
Gotcha. And obviously, as we talked about, we didn't quite get the AU season this year. Obviously, everything's still up in the air in terms of what's even happening basketball-wise for the
Right.
entire next year. But if you had a chance to go play AAU this year, what were you wanting to be able to go out there and do? What would you want to kind of work on and improve on if you had a season?
Um, just being able to play against all the top guys again. Last year I started on the 16s, but I got to finish the year with the 17s on the EYBL with Drive Nation, and that was an awesome experience for me to be able to learn and play up a year and play against some good competition, and kind of see where I stack up against my grade and then where I stack up against the guys ahead of me. So yeah, I mean, I was really excited for the summer. To go out and show everyone I'm not just a shooter. I can guard, I can play, I can pass. I'm smart. I can, lead a team. But obviously it didn't happen. So we'll move on, keep training and really hit it hard this senior year.
No doubt, man. And one of the last topics I want to touch up on is faith. I know you always talk about faith. You're obviously vocal about it, and you always have a verse as well in your bio, Proverbs 14:23. I mean, take us to that verse and how you kind of apply it to your life.
Proverbs 14:23 is a verse I came across a while ago, and it says that hard work brings profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. And I think a lot of people in this world, they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. I'm not one to really kind of post all over social media, hey, I'm in the gym, hey, I'm doing this, hey, I'm doing that. I work hard, and I let God take care of the rest, and I do my best to follow him and follow his path for me. And I'm not going to try to, force my will on anything or try to, brag that I'm doing this or doing that. But yeah, I think there's a lot of value in just working hard and doing your best and not necessarily caring about, what everybody else thinks or trying to prove to everyone, hey, I'm the best, hey, I'm doing this, but just putting your head down and working hard.
And faith overall, I think in the sports world, especially basketball world, is a lot more accepted than maybe some other areas of life. But in the smaller challenges of always still representing your faith, how are you able to still be so vocal about it? And what kind of leads you to want to be so vocal with your faith?
Well, I mean, obviously God has given me all the opportunities I've had in basketball. I mean, if I told you my whole story, I mean, it'd be evident to see where God has led me. And, I mean, basketball is not all that's to this life. I mean, like I said earlier, the ball stops dribbling at one point. There's bigger things, bigger fish to fry in this world. And obviously, my relationship with Christ is the only thing that's going to last. So that's the biggest thing. I try to use my platform to share that. And I know at Greensboro Day School, they've got a big FCA group, so I'm excited to get there and work with that. And just continue to use my platform for good.
That's awesome, man. This is my last question I want to ask you. And obviously, as you keep saying, the ball will stop bouncing at some point. So as far as God lets you take it with this sport, when you do walk away from it, though, what do you want your legacy to be? And what do you ultimately want to be remembered for what you accomplished as a basketball player, both on and off the court?
Just somebody that worked their tail off. I'm a blue-collar guy, always putting my head down and working. But, I don't want to be remembered as somebody who was like a jerk to his teammates or, always focused about himself. But, I care about everybody, helped everybody get better. And the achievements, they'll come. I mean, they'll be forgotten at one point. So it doesn't matter how many points I score, if I win a national championship or whatnot, but rather, what I did for the community and all my teammates and how much of an impact I made off the court.
Absolutely, man. Well, definitely appreciate you taking time to come on, my guy, and hearing to see what God's got in store for you over the next year, man.
For sure. Thank you for having me, man.
Of course, man. Y'all's welcome on, bro. God bless.
You too.